Good afternoon and welcome back to Bargain Radio Network. Mr. Steve Haney, my favorite part of the Ask the Pros segment here at BRN, is on board with us today. How are you, Steve?
You know, I am doing fantastic.
Good. It's always a pleasure to have you here. What a fine gentleman you are, just saving people a ton of money, changing people's lives with what you do.
You know, it's really exciting. It really is exciting to be able to be in this industry at this point in time. You know, as I thought about coming in today, I said, you know, what does the radio audience want to hear? Okay, the people that are listening today. And so I thought, you know, really what's cool about today's time in the history of our country is interest rates are first at historical lows.
Absolutely.
Okay, and there's 5 or 6 really incredible programs out there where we can help people save money. Okay, so I thought maybe today we ought to go over a list of those and talk generically about all of the options, because there's a bucket load.
Beautiful.
Bucket load.
Beautiful.
I mean, it's
enlighten us, Steve.
Yep.
No, dude, no, you're right on target. In the time I've known you, I've heard the stories about what you've done for people, especially with your reverse mortgage program from the Provident Lending. I mean,
right.
Saving people's homes, changing people's lives.
You know, I love what I do. I love money for a living, okay? And there's lots of avenues to do that. But it's really almost like a ministry for me to help people solve problems. Because all of us have problems in life. Okay, we have health problems, family problems, and financial problems. They're kind of hard to fix.
And these days, we're all in the same boat.
You know, that's exactly right. Doesn't matter who you are. I mean, I got friends that, you know, live in $1 million houses. They used to be rich, you know, and now they're going, ow, you know, and they're sharing, you know, they're sharing meals and they're doing walking, you know, they're not traveling as much. So all of us are in that boat where we have to be a little more conservative.
I hear about these people, you know, deciding whether they want to take their meds or have their meals, and it's heartbreaking.
You know, it really is. It really is. And so, you know, financially, all of us our lives are based upon our income and our debts. And we can't do much about either one.
No, either we make more money or we spend less money.
Exactly.
There's only 2 options.
Exactly right. So when times like this happen, you know, when I can save somebody $200, $400, $800 a month for the rest of their lives, basically, that's a pretty good deal.
Please.
And so, you know, what I thought we'd talk about today is, you know, all the different ways that people can save money, the different programs that are out there to help people. Okay, and the new one on the street is this new HARP. It's a home affordable program.
HARP. Educate me, sir.
Okay, what this is, if you have a Fannie Mae loan, okay, and it was issued before June of 2009, we can do a streamlined refinance, meaning no appraisal. Okay, which means you can be upside down, $100,000, $200,000. We could subordinate the second mortgage, and nobody cares. Okay, so that's a big deal because lots of people out there are upside down on their homes. And so this is a program where we can literally help people. First, they're going to skip 2 house payments. So if we were talking to them today, they'd skip their May and June house payments. Now, that don't know about you, but that would help me.
Please. If somebody offered that, I could breathe a sigh of relief.
Oh,
right
yeah.
now.
What could I do with an extra 2 house payments worth of money? And you're going to get a refund on your escrow account. And so, you know, on almost every loan, I put $2,000, $4,000 in somebody's pocket, cash, in addition to saving them monthly on every loan. And so, you know, if you've got a Fannie Mae loan, and if you don't know, call me at 266-5500, or call me at the station here. I'll stay around for a few minutes afterwards and answer questions. But, you know, if you don't know if your loan's Fannie Mae, give me a call. We'll run it through the computer, and it tells us, you know, it takes about 3 minutes. It's an easy deal.
Right. And Steve Haney from Provident Lending is always there to help. And that number, again, you can reach him locally, 266-5500, 266-5500, or give us a call here at BRN 571-9975. He'll be glad to personally walk you through that.
You know, in contrary to what a lot of folk mortgage companies that advertise on the radio and the TV, I talk to every consumer. Everybody that calls gets to talk to me, which means I don't do a lot of other things, but that's okay. I can hire people to do applications and to do the marketing and answer the phones and do all the other
While
things that
you
need to be done.
extend personalized
Personal
service.
service to anybody that calls.
Absolutely.
So that's one program. Another one is a VA loan. If your current loan is VA, okay,
As is mine.
then you've probably been told you're upside down on your equity, and maybe your FICO scores aren't perfect. Well,
Six surgeries in a 3-year period of time, and those insurance companies just had their way with me.
You mean they don't pay 100%?
Oh, please.
Yeah, plus your lost wages?
Please.
No, of course they don't. And so everybody has issues that they incur, but depending on who your lender is, your current lender, okay, we may not even need an appraisal. And so a VA loan, we can do a streamlined refinance. We don't care if you have a job, and it's way cool. So that's an option for people. And there's tons of veterans here in the El Paso County, and all we can say is hats off to you guys and gals. Thank you for serving.
Thank you, sir.
So that we don't have to.
Yeah, no, I have the utmost respect for our veterans, and I'm glad that you can help. And these VA loans now, you can secure those for as low as $375.
3.75 with almost no closing costs.
Yeah, see, it's a smoking deal. People would be remiss not to give you a call and at least be able to get the truth.
Exactly. And a lot of my clients, because there's so many veterans here in the county, they come in to me and they've got conventional loans, and I can look at it and I say, well, you've got your VA. I think I can save you another $125 a month if we go VA. And they go, what? And so then we just use their VA instead of doing a standard conventional loan.
That's some extra groceries.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Do that over 30 years. That's big bucks.
Please.
So FHA loans are still out there. And, we can do FHA loans with no appraisals. Okay, where we end up paying all the closing costs. If you have some equity in the house, then we can, roll the money in and get you a much better interest rate. Now, this is a really cool thing. If you have an FHA loan and you did this loan prior to June of 2009, okay, so that's 3 years.
Right.
Then there's a new program starting in June of this year where the fees are cut almost to zero. The
Really?
Financing fees, exactly right. Instead of a 1 3/4% upfront fee, it's 0.1. It's like $100. Okay,
that's very good, Steve.
1% yearly, it's a 0.5% yearly. So, if you've got an FHA out there loan and you're actually in the process of doing it with somebody, you need to ask them, well, what about this 1 June thing? Would I be better off waiting 6 weeks to get this started? And see, because there's a lot of still unscrupulous mortgage people out there that want to get paid today, rather than waiting 60 days and get a better deal for the client. All I can say is, guys, we do the right things for the right reasons, and as a result, there's a path worn to my door. Because we tell people, no, this is stupid, don't do this. Or we say, all right, here's another option. Have you considered this?
Those are the guys that want to hit the home run off
every single consumer.
And that is no way to do business. That's short-term mentality is what
that's exactly right. I had a client call me this morning. He's actually been my friend and client for 18 years. And he goes, Steve, it's time to refinance. And I'm looking at it, and he's kind of, had some issues in his last year. But his wife is 100% perfect. And I said, well, instead of giving you a really ugly interest rate, why don't we do this loan just in your wife's name? I get you 3.75. And he goes, woo! And so off he goes, and we're going to take care of him and do the loan just in his wife's name, and that's creativity.
That's right, creativity and flexibility. There's always a way to do the right thing.
Yep, when you do the right thing for the right reasons, you're always going to be happy, and everybody, things work out. And people respect me when I tell them, no, I can't help you. You're not ready. But then I just don't leave them hanging. We set up a plan.
Another option.
And we're going to get them ready. Okay, so that they can accomplish what they want. So, those are some 4 pretty strong programs that are out there. And, lots of my clients are taking their 30-year loans, putting them into 15-year loans. Okay, because, and it's a two-edged sword, because on a 15-year loan, you're forcing yourself to pay that sucker off early. Now, if you ever lose an eye, lose your ability to work, and your income gets cut in half, then you've kind of shot yourself in the foot. So another philosophy of mine is, instead of doing a 15-year, and forcing your house payments to go up by a third. Let's put you in a 30-year, and then you voluntarily make those payments if you want. Then if something happens where you can't make the payments, then you start making the lower payments instead of the higher ones.
There's a great way to do that we talked about one time when you do, you make the 2 payments a month.
You know, exactly
on a bank
right.
draft. Yes,
Exactly.
and that is very smart, and you can pay it off in half the time. It's not 2 full payments, it's just
It's
2
a half a
payments.
payment, and you're
Right.
paying it, you know, every 2 weeks instead of once a month, because it's time value of money. Okay, if you pay your payment every month, you're paying for a full 30 days worth of interest. You pay it a little early, then you get the benefit of not having so much interest over the life of the
Absolutely.
loan.
So you save yourself money in the long run.
Exactly right. So, you know, there's all kinds of things that people can do. And so as you're getting squeezed, okay, financially.
And we all are.
We all are, you know, exactly right. You know, your mortgage is either your best friend or your worst enemy.
I've heard you say that, and I like that. Because
Okay, well,
if you,
it's true.
all right, because if you use it to work for you instead of against you,
Then it's
you're
your friend.
You're going to win, and
Yeah.
it's your friend.
You know, if you got one of those ugly, you know, option arms or an interest-only loan, or something was fixed for 5 years and now it's been 4.5 years and it keeps you up at night because you know it's coming, now is the time to seriously consider giving me a call at 266-5500. Takes 10 minutes, guys. We're going to run your credit. We're going to see what's out there. We're going to figure out a plan. And if you're not ready now, we'll get you ready in the future.
And Steve Haney from Provident Lending will do that for you gratis. Just call 266-5500. He'll walk you through that, show you where you can save some money, how you can improve yours and your loved ones' lives.
Exactly. You know, and there's another trick to this business that I've learned over the years, which is credit scoring. You know, let's say that your credit's not where it needs to be. I can actually run your credit, and then I run a little software program that says, what do you need to do to get your score to whatever level you want it to be? So it's going to say, all right, you're going to you're going to pay this credit card down, you're going to pay off these collections. It gives you options and a plan so that you can increase your score to get whatever it is you want. And you see a lot of people they just hang their head, you know, and they go, oh, I'm just can't get it. Well, you can get it. There are solutions for people.
And you see so many of those around, Steve, people that are just walking around looking at their shoes or their telephone and just head down, forlorn.
Yep. Well, there's no reason to be that way.
No.
You know, if it's fixable, you need to have a plan. Let's get you on course so that you can buy a home, so that you could save $400 or $500 a month, whatever the situation is. You know, a lot of people have been turned down by the big box banks, okay, because the big box banks, we'll pick on Wells Fargo, everybody else does. You know, Wells Fargo is going to go along and they say, we loan money, but we're going to loan it on our terms.
Why do I taste blood in my mouth?
I was going to say,
oh, I'm biting my tongue, that's why.
Exactly right. I have good friends that work at Wells, so, you know. But, you know, the banks put overlays on top of government rules because they don't want to follow the government rules. They have to be more conservative, or they think they have to be more conservative. And so, you know, if you've been turned down by Wells, Bank of America, you know, Chase, some of the big guys, give me a call. There's probably options out there.
I'm sure there are. And if anyone can find them for you, folks, it's Mr. Steve Haney from Provident Lending. Give him a call directly, 719-266-5500, or he's going to stick around. He's always kind enough to stick around here at the Bargain Radio Network Air Studios. You can reach us at 571-9975, toll free 855-824-6544.